Today we are taking a look at arguably the most recognizable EV brand in the world, and the car that brought it into the mainstream, the Tesla Model 3. The Model 3 is Tesla's compact electric sedan, and today we are driving the premium rear-wheel drive version. Before we get on the road, let's take a quick look around the car. So starting here at the front, the Model 3 just embodies that very recognizable Tesla design language. It is very sleek, very clean, and by this point, it is already a very familiar look since Teslas are some of the most popular EVs globally. Up front, you get LED headlights with integrated daytime running lights, and the whole front fascia is very smooth since of course there is no traditional engine that needs cooling. Moving down the side, this is still very much a sedan, so you do get that traditional 3-box design with a distinct trunk at the rear. For the wheels, the Model 3 comes with either 18 or 19-inch rims paired with 235/45 tires. Ground clearance here is actually 138mm, which is interesting because that is very similar to the Toyota Camry at around 135mm and is actually quite higher than the BYD Seal, which sits at around 120mm. Suspension-wise, the Model 3 runs a double wishbone setup in the front and a multi-link suspension in the rear. Now, one thing Teslas are known for is the Frunk, which of course stands for front trunk. Since there is no engine up front, you get an extra storage compartment here, which is actually pretty useful. And moving to the rear, the trunk space itself is fairly decent for a sedan. It is definitely practical enough for everyday items, groceries, or luggage. Just maybe do not expect it to carry very large furniture or something big like a television. Stepping inside the Model 3, the first thing that really stands out is just how minimal everything is. This is easily one of the cleanest interiors you will find in any car today. For this premium version, you get leather seats which feel very soft to the touch. One thing I noticed is that the leather in Teslas has a sort of natural feeling to it compared to some other EVs, particularly some of the Chinese EVs like BYD. The dashboard here uses this fabric material, which actually helps make the cabin feel a bit warmer and more comfortable instead of just having hard plastics everywhere. The door panels also have nice cushioning on the touch points, which is something you will appreciate on longer drives. Running across the dashboard is an ambient lighting strip that wraps around the interior, giving the cabin a very modern look at night. Now, of course, the centerpiece of the Model 3 interior is this 15-inch touchscreen. This is essentially the control center for the entire car. Everything from the air conditioning, seats, steering adjustments, and vehicle settings are controlled through this screen. Down here in the center console, you get a wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders, a storage compartment, and there is also additional storage underneath the center console. Moving to the rear seats, space is actually quite decent. Despite the sleek roofline, headroom is still pretty good for me personally. And in the premium variants, you also get a rear screen, which allows passengers to control things like the rear air conditioning, and it also functions as an entertainment screen with access to YouTube and other streaming services.
Okay, we'll go ahead and switch. So the seat adjustments are on the sides.
Yeah.
The power seats.
Tapos, how do you...
Steering wheel is here. You're going to use the left scroll wheel. Yes. So you can move it. And then you can scroll up and down if you want to move it up and down.
Oh. Okay.
The steering wheel, is it okay?
Yeah.
Side mirrors. Let's go ahead and adjust your side mirrors. So the left side, you're going to use that same scroll wheel. The left one. Now for the right side, you're going to use the same scroll wheel.
Ah, okay. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get moving. One thing that really surprised me with the Model 3 is just how simple everything can be once you start driving. There is actually no physical gear selector like what you would normally expect in a car. Instead, you simply drag this car icon on the touchscreen upward to go into drive. Steering here is very light, but it still has a decent amount of feel and weight to it. It actually just started raining a little bit, and as you can see, the wipers kicked in automatically, which is always nice. One interesting thing about the Tesla Model 3 is that there is actually no traditional start or stop button anywhere in the car. Instead, the car simply turns on when you get inside with a keycard or phone key. Once you sit down and press the brake, the car is essentially ready to drive. When you are finished driving, the process is just as simple. If you unbuckle your seatbelt and open the door, the car automatically shifts itself into park, and once you step out and walk away, the vehicle powers down on its own. Turn signal stalks are still here where you would normally expect them, so at least some things are still familiar. All of the driving information, like your speed and vehicle status, are displayed here on the center screen. Now let's talk about the acceleration. So the rear-wheel drive version that we are driving today comes with an 82.1 kilowatt-hour battery, which Tesla claims can deliver at least 500 kilometers of range. Power output is around 280 horsepower and 300 newton meters of torque, and the claimed 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time is around 4 seconds. Let's give it a little bit of throttle here. Yeah, that is quick. Even with maybe around 60% throttle, you can really feel that instant electric torque pushing you back into the seat. I have driven quite a few EVs at this point, and honestly, when it comes to straight line acceleration, Tesla still feels like one of the quickest out there.
And how fast the object or item is approaching, then it may do emergency brake. The car can determine naman.
Okay. Going around a bend here, the handling is actually quite good. The car feels very planted and stable when turning. The suspension tuning is also interesting. I would say it sits somewhere in the middle, not quite as soft and cushiony as some of the Chinese EVs, but it is also not as firm or harsh as something like a typical Toyota suspension. So overall, it is actually a pretty comfortable balance. Another big feature here is Tesla's Autopilot system. So with Autopilot engaged, the car can keep itself centered in the lane while also maintaining speed relative to the car in front. Now here in the Philippines, the full self-driving system is still not available due to government regulations. But Autopilot already gives you a good idea of how advanced Tesla's driver assistance systems are. Personally, I will say the Tesla experience feels very different compared to other cars. Everything about it feels very futuristic and software driven. For me personally, I still slightly prefer the design philosophy of BYD interiors, mainly because they still have physical buttons and a traditional gear selector which feels a bit more familiar. The Tesla, on the other hand, feels very new and very different. But I will say that after spending some time with it, the interface actually feels very intuitive. It almost feels like the car knows what you want to do before you even think about it. So after driving the Tesla Model 3, I can definitely see why Tesla became such a game changer in the EV space. Even today, the car still feels incredibly smart and well thought out. It does a really good job of getting you from one place to another comfortably, while also delivering some pretty impressive performance, like getting to 100 kilometers per hour in just around 4 seconds. Now personally, I still lean slightly toward the design and control layout of BYD vehicles simply because they feel a bit more familiar to me. But that does not mean the Model 3 is a bad buy at all. In fact, you can really see the value in Tesla's technology and software integration. In terms of pricing here in the Philippines, the Model 3 starts at around 1,838,000 pesos for the base version and goes up to about 3,099,000 pesos for the all-wheel drive performance variant. The premium rear-wheel drive version that I am driving in this video comes in at around 2,109,000 pesos. And overall, it is still one of the most influential electric cars on the road today. With the rise in current oil prices, are you starting to consider a switch to EVs like Tesla? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe to help my channel grow. Stay safe on the road, and I will see you in the next one.
If you get the Premium Model 3, possible 30,000 additional discount. If it's the standard Model 3, possible
Premium.
10,000 discount.
This just goes into park, no?
I just take off your seatbelt and then it goes into park.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?